Well, I hope that you all are fine and safe at your home, as well as you all are happy. So today we are going to learn a very interesting lesson. This lesson is going to inspire you. This story is inspiring story. If you see the title of this story, A Truly Beautiful Mind, what does it mean? How the mind can be beautiful, and what is the parameter on the basis of which we can say that someone has a beautiful mind? The mind will be called beautiful when the mind will have the positive thought, generous thought, brilliancy, intelligence. All these are the factors which help us to compare whether the mind is really beautiful or ugly. Mind may be ugly too if you have negative thought, if you don't have courage, if you are timid, so that mind will be ugly. So today we are not going to talk about the ugly mind. We are going to learn about a truly beautiful mind. And who is that person who had the real beautiful mind? You all are aware with the fact. I'm talking about Albert Einstein. You all are familiar with Albert Einstein, German scientist and famous worldwide. He was famous for his theory on light, motion of particles, electrodynamics of moving bodies, energy, etc. He had given the lot of theories and surprised the world. Even today, physics carries the theory of Albert Einstein. So students, we will learn today how the Albert Einstein was, whether he was different from you or he was just like an ordinary child. So you should know that Albert Einstein was just like you. He was not extraordinary or brilliant during his childhood or during the school days. He was just a general student like you. So you may also be Einstein of coming time. First of all, you will have to identify yourself and your potential, and after that you will have to utilize it in a proper way on the perfect path, and I'm damn sure that you will be the next Einstein of India. So let us start this story, and we will learn what changes Einstein had and what turned him to become a greatest scientist. Albert Einstein was born on 14th March 1879 in the German city of Ulm. He came on this earth on 14th March 1879 in the city of Germany that was called Ulm, without any indication that he was destined for greatness. There was no any symbol, there was no any clue which could indicate that he was the most genius person of Germany or he was going to achieve that greatness. He was just a normal child, normal fellow. On the contrary, his mother thought Albert was a freak. Albert's mother was thinking that her son was totally different, unusual. He was not looks like others. But it was not in the positive way. He was looking different from others. It doesn't mean he was brilliant or wise in compared to others. She was not happy with the behavior of Einstein and way he was behaving. To her, his head seemed much too large. Einstein's head was larger in shape in compared to the ordinary person, and a kind of disease called Mongolia is also caused the enlargement of head. But it doesn't mean the huge head means the intelligent brain. In Mongolian disease, the person get badly affected and become abnormal. Einstein's head was little bit larger in compared to the ordinary head. At the age of 2.5, Einstein still wasn't talking when he attended the age of 2.5. He was unable to speak properly. It was showing his abnormality. He was looking like abnormal child. Einstein still wasn't talking. When he finally did learn to speak, he uttered everything twice. But when he started speaking, he used to speak the same word 2 times. Einstein did not know what to do with other children. That fellow was unaware with the friendship and spent his time with his friends. He was just used to engage and indulge with himself. He was not in need of any friend. He was not in need of any company. He didn't want to go outside to play with the other children. And that's why his playmates used to call him Brother Boring. His nickname was Brother Boring, given by his playmates. The youngster played by himself. He used to play with himself much of time. He used to spend the time for himself and he was happy. He was entertaining himself. He especially loved mechanical toys. Einstein used to love the mechanical toy. He wanted to play with those toys which could move their hands, which could produce the sound. Looking at his newborn sister, Maja, he is said to have said, "Fine, but where are her wheels?" When his younger sister got birth, he thought that she was a mechanical toy. His sister's name was Maja. He thought that she was a toy, and that's why he asked where the wheels she had, where she had left her wheels. So this was the mentality, the mind of young Einstein. Everything that could move, that could produce sound, that could run was looking like a toy for him. And even his younger sister was the toy in his sight, and that's why he was searching for the wheel. A headmaster once told his father that what Einstein chose as a profession wouldn't matter because he will never make a success at any time, anything. Even the headmaster of his school told his father that Einstein was not going to get success in any field. He could choose any field, but he will not get success. Einstein began learning to play the violin at the age of 6. When he was 6 years old, he started learning how to play the musical instrument violin because his mother wanted him to. Einstein's mother was interested in it. She wanted that her son should learn how to play the violin. He later became a gifted amateur violinist, maintaining this skill throughout his life. And after some time, he was a good violinist, he was a good musician, and the whole life he maintained that skill. He used to love playing with violin. But Albert Einstein was not a bad pupil. Whatever all we have learned up to now, it is showing that he was abnormal and bad boy. So it should be clear that he was not a bad boy. He went to high school in Munich, where Einstein's family had moved when he was 15 months old. Einstein was living with his family members in Munich. When he was 15 months old, his parents shifted there and scored good marks in almost every subject. Einstein was brilliant in study. There in the village school, he obtained very good marks in all subjects. Einstein hated the school's regimentation and often the clashed with his teacher. Einstein did not like the rules and regulations imposed by the school administration, and that's why sometimes he used to create argument with his own teachers. At the age of 15, Einstein felt so stifled there that he left the school for good. When Einstein attained the age of 15, he started feeling that he should leave the school. If he wanted his betterment, if he wanted to be a good person, it would be better for him to leave the school. He was hating school. The previous year, Albert's parents had moved to Milan. 1 year ago, Albert's parents left Munich and went Milan. But Einstein was staying there for his further study. He was living with relatives. After prolonged discussion, Einstein got his wish to continue his education in the German-speaking Switzerland, in a city which was more liberal than Munich. After rebelling a lot, after his hard resistance, he was allowed to get his admission in the German speaking school in Switzerland. That city was favorable for him. He was feeling more liberal. People were living in that area in compared to Munich, and he was feeling relaxed there. Einstein was highly gifted in mathematics and interested in physics. Einstein's interest was lot in mathematics. He used to love physics and mathematics more than any subject. And after finishing school, he decided to study at a university in Zurich. After completing his high school, he decided that he was going to get admission in the university in Zurich. But science wasn't the only thing that appealed to the dashing young man with the walrus mustache. But the reason of taking the admission in Zurich was not only the science subject. Einstein had the walrus style of mustache. So what was the other reason? Why did he want to get the admission in university in Zurich if the science and math was not the only reason? He also felt special interest in a fellow student, Mileva Maric, whom he found to be a clever creature. The other reason behind getting the admission in Zurich was a girl whose name was Mileva Maric, and she was studying there. In the sight of Einstein, she was a very clever girl, clever person. It means here not negative way clever, wise lady. The young Serb had come to Switzerland because the university in Zurich was one of the few in Europe where women could get degrees. That girl had taken admission there because in Europe the females were not allowed to get the admission and study up to higher classes to get the higher education or highest degree. It was the only university in Zurich which used to allow the female or the women to get the highest degree, and that's why Einstein arrived there in attraction of Mileva Maric. Einstein saw in her an ally against the Philistines. Einstein observed that Mileva was not interested or didn't like the art, literature, or music. She was also interested in science. The letters survive in which they put their affection into words, mixing science with the tenderness. Wrote Einstein, "How happy and proud I shall be when we both have brought our work on relativity to the victorious conclusion." Einstein presented his love or his affection for Mileva Maric in his own way, and he wrote that it would be the really happiest moment when both of them will mix together and work on a particular topic of the science. It will be really victorious conclusion if they will come together, think together, work together. Their work and the result will out of expectation. In 1900, at the age of 21, Albert Einstein was a university graduate and unemployed. In 1900, when Einstein attended the age of 21, he was the university graduate, but he didn't have any work to do. He worked as a teaching assistant, gave private lessons, and finally secured a job in 1902 as a technical expert in the patent office in Bern. So he started the journey of earning in the form of assistant teacher. He used to provide private lessons, private teaching to the students, and finally the luck came in his favor and he got a job in 1902 after 2 years as a technical expert in the patent office in Bern. While he was supposed to be assessing other people's inventions, Einstein was actually developing his own ideas in the secret. It was considered as a technical expert. He was going to work as an assistant on the innovation of other people. They were thinking that what the innovation has taken place, he was going to assist the people. But Einstein was actually developing his own ideas secretly. He wanted to give the something new, innovated. He is said to have jokingly called his desk drawer at work the Bureau of Theoretical Physics. The Einstein had his desk, drawer and table where he used to work, and he had given the name to that place, Bureau of Theoretical Physics. The board on which he used to read or write or work, that board, that desk, that table was given a name, Bureau of Theoretical Physics. So we will learn the further paragraphs in the next class, and if you have any query or the question, you can write your query and question in comment box. I will try to give the answer of your questions. So thank you. Bye everyone. Stay safe and be happy. We'll meet in the next video. Thank you everyone.